how can Arsenal improve between now and the end of the season, including what they can do in the January transfer window? Now, I actually think they got a lot of good business done in the summer, and because they invested so heavily, I don't know if they actually need to get anyone new. I mean, you could look at again. The only thing I think Arsenal could do right now is get a left winger. I think, if anything, it's about Arteta knowing how to use his squad. Now, one thing I have noticed is Arteta seemed very reluctant to play Rice on the right side of the pitch, and no matter who's in midfield with Rice, he seems to like to play Rice on the left side of the pitch. And I don't know why that is, because I don't actually think the way Rice plays suits the players that are on the left side of the pitch more than if they were to swap over. So, for example, I don't understand why Eze is continuously being used on the right-hand side of the pitch, when we all know that he does his best work coming off the left, whether that's wide left, whether that's in the left-hand half space. And we all know that when Arsenal are at their best at times, I mean, this season they have played a double pivot at a 10 when Eze's playing, but we know when Odegaard's playing, he operates off that right-hand side. Mendy will obviously be deepest, or whoever the 6 is, and then obviously Rice on the left-hand side. Now, my thing is this: if Eze is to play, why are you not playing him off that left-hand side and then move Rice over? Obviously, I don't know what the midfield three could be. I think that is up to Arteta to decide on what his strongest team is when everyone's available. I don't think there's going to be a point where everyone's available, to be honest, because that's just the way football is. Injuries happen. You know what I'm saying? You hardly have a squad that's always available. That is why you build your squad. However, if for whatever reason, if for whatever reason we were to see Arteta having to pick a squad, I think the same thing I say for England is, just because you have options doesn't mean you have to learn how to use them. Now, the whole point of having a big squad is so that you know how each player complements each other. If you've got Martinelli on the pitch, you want someone that's going to feed him early so he can run into space. If you're playing against a low block and you don't have someone that can feed him early, then there's no point having him on the pitch. Now, it's the same with someone like Eze. If you play him left wing and you know he wants to cut inside, then you need to have a fullback that can bomb past him. It's just about creating relationships on the pitch. I've even noticed that when Jesus plays up front, him and Martinelli do a lot of rotation. Martinelli goes central, Jesus goes left, which tells me that Jesus and Martinelli have an understanding. So if you want to play Martinelli, then you probably play Jesus up front. But when it's Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres, it doesn't seem like there's much balance. So I think what Arteta needs to do, I think what Arsenal can do between now and the rest of the season is a lot down to Arteta. Arteta needs to understand the squad, needs to understand what players work best with what players and where to play them when certain players are on the pitch. And I think if he can get that to click, then Arsenal become a bit scary, because right now they're winning games but they're scary. If they can get it to click, then they'll be scary.
And if you didn't know before, at least you know now. AJ knows ball.